We really got to talk about this today.
Whether you're at work or at home, communication is the key to avoiding conflict. So let's dive into another one on today's episode of Coffee with Dubs.
Yesterday, I had a conversation with one of my coworkers that kind of stuck with me all day. We were talking about how strange it's become to work in a profession that's entirely centered around caring for people while watching human connection between people providing care slowly disappear. Over the last month, we've lost several employees. Not all at once, just one here and one there. Human services has always been a difficult field, so people moving on isn't exactly shocking. What bothered me wasn't that people left. It's hearing the situations that escalated simply because no one had taken a few minutes to have a conversation. Instead, everything gets written in communication logs, emails, or texts. The information gets passed along, but somewhere in that process, humanity gets left behind. There are still a few people at work who I genuinely enjoy talking to. We don't talk about schedules or paperwork. We talk about life. We talk about the individuals we support, about what worked, what didn't, and what we're trying to see. Those conversations paint a picture that no email ever could. You hear the concern in someone's voice. You hear the excitement when a client accomplishes something they've been working towards. You hear hesitation when someone isn't sure about the right answer. None of that survives when you reduce it to a paragraph on a screen. It got me thinking, what would happen tomorrow if every communication log, email, every text message and messaging app suddenly stopped working? At first, it'd probably be chaos. People would be frustrated because we've become so dependent on technology to speak for us, but after the frustration, we'd have no choice but to do something that slowly we forgot how to do. We'd have to walk over to another human being and have an actual conversation. Then I started realizing this isn't just happening at work. You see it in grocery stores when two people are standing waiting for the other to move instead of simply saying, "Excuse me." You see it in restaurants where everyone is at the table looking at the screen instead of at each other at the tables. Maybe that's because information and communication aren't the same thing. Information tells you what happened, but communication helps me understand why it mattered. A report can tell me someone had a difficult day. A conversation can tell me how scared they were, how patient someone had to be, or why a tiny victory was actually a huge one. Those are things you don't measure with bullet points. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized we're designed for connection. We shake hands with someone when we welcome them into a group. We hug someone when they're hurting. We high five after a victory. We dance when words aren't enough. Even the tears communicate something long before we ever even open our mouths. Human beings have always spoken in a way that goes beyond language. Technology is amazing. I'm grateful for it. Hell, you're watching me right now because of it. But convenience can never replace presence. A message can deliver information. It can't replace that feeling of sitting across from someone who's giving you their full attention. And maybe that's the part we need to protect. Because the moment we become satisfied with exchanging information instead of sharing experiences, we stop communicating like humans and start acting like machines. The irony is, you're probably watching this on a phone right now, listening to a guy tell you you need to spend more time away from it and talking to humans. And maybe technology isn't the problem at all. Maybe the problem is forgetting that the most advanced communication tool ever created wasn't the smartphone. It was the human heart. The day we stop talking to each other about the day is the day we stop understanding each other. So thanks for joining me for another pour of Coffee with Dubs. Until next time, don't just send the message, be the conversation, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'm out of here.